not damaged, no missing bolts. My seals are properly installed and not leaking. My door handrail is properly installed, not damaged. And my windows go up and down. My mirror is secured to my door, no missing bolts or screws. It's not cracked, it's clean and not damaged. My battery compartment is secured, proper level, no corrosion. My steps are free of debris, no signs of damage. My fuel tank is properly installed to my frame with 2 straps here and here and is not leaking. My gas cap is not leaking and is held on with a chain or T-bar and has a good gas bill. My crossover line on top of my gas tank is in the open position and not damaged. Okay? My exhaust is properly installed, no damage, no signs of rust and soot, and has all clamps present, no missing bolts. My exhaust support is secured from my exhaust to my frame, no missing bolts, not damaged or bent. My drive shaft is not twisted or bent, and my U-joints are not damaged and no signs of debris. My torque rod is not twisted, damaged, so secured from my differential to my frame. My catwalk is secured, no missing bolts, and free of debris. My steps are secured to my frame, no missing bolts, and free of debris. My coupling system consists of my airlines, my electrical, attached from my tractor to my trailer with glad hands, grommets in good condition, properly installed, no leaking in my fittings, and then my airlines. My electrical plug is properly installed, no missing prongs, and properly locked. My header board is not damaged, no bulges, and no missing rivets. Okay, I'll go to my suspension. My frame is not cracked, cut, or have illegal welds. My spring mount, no missing bolts, properly installed to the frame, to my springs. My springs are not bent, cracked, or damaged, and in alignment. My U-bolts are properly installed over my springs and axle, and no missing bolts. Okay. My shock is installed on top and bottom to the frame and spring and is not leaking or damaged. My airline and brake chamber is properly installed. All fittings are present and is not leaking. No signs of abrasions and cuts. My brake chamber is secured to my frame and differential and is not leaking, not damaged, and my clamp is present and no missing bolts. My slack adjuster is present, and push rod has no more than 1 inch when manually checked and no more than 2 inches when applied on the brake. I have an airbag that's not leaking, properly installed to my frame and my spring and not damaged. I have bud rims. My bud rims are properly installed. I have no gap in spacers and no debris in between. My tires, I'll go to my brakes. My linings, my shoes, and my drums. My linings and shoes have no missing rivets, no less than 1 inch, 1/4 inch at thinnest point. And my drums are not cracked, not damaged, and no signs of bluing to indicate overheating. I have no signs of oil inside to indicate an inner oil hub leak. And then my rims, my inner and my outer rims on my bud rims have no damage, no hammer marks, no illegal welds. I have good bead to tire on my rubber and my rim. I have 2 valve stems here and inside that are centered, not leaking, and have caps. All my lug nuts are present and all tight, no signs of rust or looseness. My dry hub is secured and there's no leaks. My tires, my inner and outer tires have no abrasions, bubbles, and cuts. I can have retread. I can have no less than 2/32 of an inch tread depth. I must have matching tires and even tread rear. I will check my inflation with a gauge, and I will have proper tire inflation.
Dry hub.
Oh, yeah.
So that is a.
I'll check my third axle the same as my second axle, to include my tires, my bud rims, my lug nuts, my valve stems, my tire inflation, my shock, my airbags, my spring mount, my spring, my brake chambers, my U-joints, U-bolts, my airline to brake chamber, and I'll finish up with my mud flap. It's properly installed, no more than 75% covering the tire. My brake lights are present, not damaged, red in color, and good working condition, and my backup light works properly, no cracks, and in white in color. I'll also include my fifth wheel. I have no gap between my bed plate and my skid plate. My skid plate is properly mounted to my apron or my platform. My skid plate pin, safety pin, is present with cotter pin. My release handle is in the lock position and working properly. My sliding fifth wheel pins, locking pins, are in place, not damaged. My airline for my locking, sliding fifth wheel is not damaged, not leaking, installed properly. My mounting bolts for my platform is secured, no missing bolts or nuts, top and bottom. I have no gap, I have no debris, and I have proper grease for my skid plate. And my kingpin is installed to my bed plate of the trailer, not twisted and bent, not damaged, and my locking jaws lock around the kingpin securely. It is not damaged and working properly. That concludes B.